James' PC just crashed and that led to VP losing a crucial round on Inferno. This has to be one of the biggest controversy in the PGL Copenhagen major as there was a lot at stake. And a lot of people are pointing fingers at a lot of things. PGL since then has clarified that it was due to a Nvidia driver upgrade issue. That is why the game crashed. The main reason why this is getting a lot of attention is because the winner would have qualified for the quarterfinals of the major. After this crash, they got dragged on Anubis and G2 won and qualified to play in the Royal Arena. Community reaction to this has been mixed. Some of them are saying that the round should be replayed. Some are saying that the whole series should be replayed. Other people are talking about the reaction of the G2 players not acknowledging the crash. Some even going to the extent of calling them arrogant, which I find silly. Let's talk about all these things one by one. If we go by the rules, when it comes to tech issues, a round can be replayed unless the damage has been done. I will have the rule on the screen for you to read. In this round, it was a 4v3 post plant for VP when this happened. So if you go by the rules, the round cannot be replayed, and I think in a tournament of this stature, as big as it is, I think they would have done it by now. So replaying the round, I think it's not possible. Now when it comes to the community hate towards G2, I think it has been there since they brought in Nexa for JKS, which is a story in itself. Also G2, they're not playing very well by their own standards considering the firepower they possess with Nico and Monesi. Even in this major, they were, if you see their past performances, they are very shaky. They lost to Cloud9 and Navi. And after seeing VP's good performance in the first two maps, the fans probably felt that VP deserved it more than G2. And due to the divine intervention, Jame got dropped. First things first, G2 has no fault in this incident whatsoever. In fact, G2 also suffered the same thing before when Nexa's PC crashed during their 1-2 game against Ecstatic. Let's not forget about Furia. They had something similar happen to them in Katowice. Some people are talking about how Monesi did not acknowledge the crash in the interview with Banks. To that, I say that, first of all, look at him in this interview. He's clearly excited. He just had a very long series and he's very happy to finally make it to the playoffs. You know, the kid is happy. There is a point in this interview even where like Banks asked him a question and he's like, oh, sorry, what did you say? And guys, let's not forget, he's still like 17, 18. He's a teenager. We cannot expect him to be as mature as say someone like Jame or Fallen. I think these things happen. And again, it was an Nvidia driver upgrade issue, which can happen to anyone. But if we have to blame someone, it has to be on Gaben. You know, I love Valve. They have made a great game. It has issues, some very big issues, but they are working very hard to fix them. When it comes to Nvidia driver crashing, Nvidia can't go out and look for all the games, right? There are so many games. There are way too many. It is up to Valve to go and make sure that their game remains stable, does not crash, especially during the major. But even if they go out of their way to fix everything, still crashes can happen. But in CS2, what I've noticed is that the game crashes a lot. I think I personally have experienced this a lot as well, especially during its early stages. I think in all this, James' reaction was very classy. He could have gone on a rant like Anthony Joshua did when he lost to Usyk. You know, and he could have said a lot of things, but his reaction was very good. He was very calm and composed, which it basically shows that why he's a great leader and, you know, he's a respected guy in the pro scene. His team are the ones who lost a lot in this. Do let me know what you guys think about this. I will see your comments. Imagine if G2 goes on to win the major from here. What will be the community reaction will be like? Again, I know it's unlikely because it looks like Navi has their number. And let's not forget that Spirit and FaZe are also in this major. So most likely one of those teams I think is going to win. Thanks for watching. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.